Have you ever gotten out of bed and just stood there for a moment, staring at the floor, wondering where the man you used to be has gone? You're not sick. You're not in pain. But something feels off. Like your body doesn't respond the way it used to. Like your energy's been quietly slipping away, piece by piece, morning after morning. Maybe you've noticed it in small ways. You take longer to get moving. Your steps feel heavier. You don't feel that same edge you once had. The quiet confidence, the natural drive, the strength in your voice. And deep down, there's a quiet question you've been avoiding. Is this just what aging feels like? You don't talk about it. Not to your wife. Not to your friends. Because how do you even begin to explain that the man in the mirror doesn't quite feel like you anymore? But let me tell you something that most people won't. You're not broken. You haven't failed. And what you're feeling isn't the end, it's a signal. Your body is asking for a reset. A routine. A moment each morning where you stop just going through the motions and start reclaiming what makes you feel like you. I'm not talking about pushing yourself to the limit or pretending you're 20 again. I'm talking about waking up your system, getting your blood flowing, reigniting the spark that's still inside you, buried under years of stress, bad sleep, and quiet resignation. You might think you've lost your edge. But the truth is, your body still remembers. You just need to remind it. That's why in this video, I'm going to walk you through a powerful 5-step morning routine that's helping men over 60 feel like themselves again. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, even intimately. Because what you do in the first 20 minutes of your day sets the tone for everything that follows. And if you give your body the right signals, it will respond. So, if there's even a small part of you that's tired of feeling tired, if you're ready to take back your mornings, your energy, and yes, your manhood, then stay with me. And if you've ever caught yourself thinking, maybe this is just part of getting older, I want you to go down to the comments and type, "Not giving up." Because you're not. You're still here. And that means it's not too late to turn things around. This is Thriving After 60, and I'm Dr. Claire Ashley. If you believe aging doesn't have to mean fading, hit that subscribe button. Because around here, we don't chase youth, we honor age, and we bring back power the right way. Now, let's dive in, and I'll walk you through the 5-step morning routine that could be the wake-up call your body's been waiting for. Step 1 begins the moment you step into the bathroom. No hesitation. No warm-up. Just you, the sink, and a splash of cold water. Not lukewarm. Not mildly cool. Cold. I want you to take both hands, fill them with water straight from the tap, and splash it across your face deep, full contact. Do it again. And then again. Feel that shock? That jolt of awareness? That's your nervous system waking up. That's your circulation firing off like a morning flare. It's not just water. It's a signal telling your body it's time to show up. Now, if you're brave enough, and I know many of you are, turn on that cold tap in the shower. Let it run down the back of your neck for 10 seconds. Just 10. You can build from there. Up to 30 seconds, maybe even a full minute in time. But today, just start with what you can handle. This isn't about punishment. It's about purpose. Cold water stimulates blood vessels to contract and then expand, which improves blood flow. That boost in circulation isn't just for your skin. It reaches down to your muscles, your organs, and yes, even to the parts of you that may have felt forgotten. The cold also sparks something deeper, a hormonal response. When exposed to cold, your body begins to produce more testosterone and norepinephrine. These hormones are vital for mood, mental clarity, drive, and maintaining that masculine edge you thought was gone. It's not gone. It's just been sleeping. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That cold showers are for young athletes or those tough guys you see on TV doing ice baths. But the truth is, your age is exactly why this step matters even more. As we grow older, our circulation naturally slows. Our energy systems don't respond the way they used to, and unless we challenge them gently, consistently, they stay stuck in neutral. The cold isn't your enemy. It's your alarm clock. And here's the beauty of it, it's simple. You don't need equipment. You don't need supplements. Just 2 minutes. A splash to the face. A rinse at the back of the neck. The kind of habit you can do every single day without breaking stride. The first few times might feel uncomfortable. That's okay. Discomfort is part of change. What matters is that you begin. Every day, just that small moment of sharp clarity, it starts to shift something in you. Not just physically, but mentally. It tells your system, I'm here. I'm awake. I'm not fading quietly into the background. And once your blood is moving, your eyes are open, and your body's awake. It's time to move to the next layer of this morning transformation. Now that your system is fully alert, we move to step 2, waking up your core strength and posture. Now that your body is awake, your skin tingling, your blood flowing, it's time to move inward. Not just into movement, but into alignment. Step 2 is all about reconnecting with your core, the center of your strength, stability, and energy. For most men over 60, posture slowly becomes something that just happens to you, not something you control. Shoulders slump. The chest caves in. The belly pushes forward. It happens so gradually that you barely notice, until one day, you catch your reflection and wonder when you started looking tired, or smaller, or somehow less solid. But let me tell you, posture isn't just about how you look. It's about how your body works. When your posture is off, your spine is out of alignment. Your core isn't engaged. And that has a ripple effect on your hormones, your energy, even your mood. Poor posture compresses your diaphragm, limits your breath, and yes, it can even lower testosterone levels over time. And testosterone isn't just about libido. It's about clarity, drive, and confidence. Most men assume stretching is something you do after a workout, or that it's just about flexibility. But in truth, morning stretching done the right way activates the most vital engine in your entire body, your core. This doesn't mean crunches or heavy lifting. It means gently reminding your spine, your hips, and your abdominal muscles that they still matter, that they're still part of the team. Here's what I want you to do. As you stand at the sink, brushing your teeth, let your knees unlock. Don't lock your legs. Let your spine be tall, not stiff. Now slowly roll your hips forward, tucking your pelvis slightly, and then release. Again. Tuck, then release. That's a pelvic tilt. And that movement alone, gentle as it is, wakes up the lower abdominal muscles, supports your lower back, and starts turning on your deep internal stabilizers. Next, once your hands are free, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart. Slowly round your spine forward like a cat stretching after a nap. Tuck your chin, curve your back. Then lift your chest, look up, open the front of your body like you're greeting the sun. This is a standing version of what we call a cat-cow stretch. It's simple, but powerful. You're opening the spine, waking up your lungs, and bringing space back into your body. All of this, just 3 minutes. But those 3 minutes remind your nervous system that you're not asleep at the wheel. That your posture is a choice, not a consequence. And when you carry yourself tall, with your core lightly engaged, your brain takes the cue. I am grounded. I am strong. I am still capable. You don't need a yoga mat. You don't need to bend like a gymnast. You just need to show up. Gently. Intentionally. Every morning. And if you stay consistent, something amazing happens. Your balance improves. Your lower back stops aching. You feel more stable when you move. More present when you walk into a room. And people notice. You notice. Stretching doesn't just prepare your body for the day. It rewires the way you carry yourself through the world. It pulls you out of the shape of defeat and back into the frame of a man who still owns his presence. Now that your spine is open and your core is connected, it's time to shift focus to the one thing that drives everything else, your mind. Because stretching activates your physical power, but let's not forget the most important muscle, your mind. Now that your spine is tall and your core is activated, it's time to turn inward, to the one area that quietly drives every other system in your body. Your mind. Step 3 is all about the breath. 1 minute. That's all it takes. 1 minute of deliberate, focused breathing to reset your mental engine and prime your nervous system for the day ahead. I know for some men, the idea of breathing exercises sounds unnecessary. Or worse, indulgent. You hear the word meditation, and you picture incense, silence, sitting cross-legged, eyes closed, and you think, that's not for me. But this isn't about sitting still. This isn't about escaping your thoughts. This is about waking them up. Because when you're over 60, your breath tends to get shallow. Tension settles into your chest. Your lungs don't expand the way they used to. And as a result, your cells, especially in the brain, don't get the oxygen they need. That slow breathing, that quiet suffocation, it builds, day by day, year by year. And it leaves you foggy, irritable, slow to react, even slower to focus. But here's the truth. None of that has to be permanent. When you take control of your breath, you take control of your brain. Because deep, oxygen-rich breathing doesn't just calm your nerves. It increases nitric oxide in your blood, a natural vasodilator that improves circulation throughout your entire body, especially in those areas where strong blood flow matters most for male health. And here's the beauty of it, there's a simple formula you can follow. No special apps, no timers. Just your body and a little intention. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold that breath for 7. Then release slowly through your mouth for 8. In for 4, hold for 7, out for 8. Do that 5 times. That's it. You can do it while sitting on the edge of your bed, while standing at the window with the sun coming through, while waiting for your coffee to brew. Each breath is like a reset button. You slow down your heart rate. You sharpen your focus. You bring yourself into the present moment, not rushing into the day, but walking into it grounded, alert, and centered. You might not feel it the first time, or even the second, but over a few days, something will shift. You'll feel clearer in the head, calmer in the gut, less reactive, more focused, more yourself. And here's something most men don't realize. When your breath is steady, your emotions settle. When your oxygen levels improve, your energy becomes sustainable. And when your nervous system is balanced, your body responds. Not with adrenaline, but with clarity, with strength, with presence. This step isn't about being still. It's about reclaiming your internal rhythm, giving your body what it's quietly been begging for, a moment to breathe. Now that your body and mind are fully awake, it's time to feed them both with what they crave. Because this next step could make or break everything you've just done. Let's move into step 4. Fueling your vitality the right way. Starting with what you put on your plate. Step 4 is where most men go wrong, not because they don't care, but because no one ever taught them how to eat for strength, for energy, and for male vitality, especially after 60. You wake up, you reach for something fast. Toast. A cup of coffee. Maybe a sweet pastry. Or worse, nothing at all. You tell yourself you'll eat later. That breakfast isn't really your thing. But here's the hard truth. Skipping breakfast or filling it with sugar and empty carbs is like starting your day with a leak in the gas tank. You're running, but only halfway. Your hormones? Out of rhythm. Your blood sugar? Already crashing before the day begins. Your energy? Short-lived and unreliable. Your manhood, your sense of presence, stability, and performance needs real fuel, not fluff. The male body, especially over 60, thrives on protein and healthy fat in the morning. These two nutrients stabilize your blood sugar, support testosterone production, and prevent that late morning crash that leaves you feeling flat and foggy. What does that look like? It's as simple as 2 boiled eggs and half an avocado, or a bowl of Greek yogurt with a spoonful of ground flaxseed. Even a small handful of almonds alongside a slice of turkey can do the job. It's not about size, it's about substance. When you eat protein first thing in the morning, you're giving your body the building blocks it needs to produce testosterone, repair muscle, and stay mentally sharp. And when you pair that with healthy fats, you're supporting your brain, your joints, and your hormones, all in one shot. And here's what makes it even more powerful. When you eat this way consistently, your cravings start to change. Your mood levels out. Your digestion improves. You stop needing sugar to feel awake. You stop chasing caffeine just to function. Your body finally starts to trust that it's being taken care of. Now, I know this goes against decades of advice. You were told cereal was healthy. That toast was quick and fine. But what no one told you is that your testosterone doesn't respond to toast. Your circulation doesn't respond to cereal. Your energy doesn't thrive on sugar. This is about replacing habit with intention. Giving your body the kind of breakfast that says, we've got things to do today, and we're going to do them strong. Start with one change. One morning, replace the toast with eggs. Swap the juice for a handful of nuts. Build from there. And over time, you'll feel it. Not just in your gut. Not just in your muscles. But in your mindset. In your confidence. In your presence. You're not just eating. You're feeding the part of you that refuses to fade. And now, the most overlooked but vital part of reclaiming your vitality, getting the blood moving. Because what comes next brings all the steps together into motion. Let's move into step 5. Step 5 is the bridge between everything you've just done and the man you're choosing to be today. You've woken your system with cold water. You've aligned your posture, engaged your core, cleared your head, and fueled your body. But now, it's time to move. Not aggressively. Not urgently. Just purposefully. A 5-minute walk. That's it. Now I know what some of you might be thinking, it's just walking. What's 5 minutes really going to do? But let me be clear, for the male body over 60, a 5-minute walk in the morning isn't just walking. It's recalibration. It's circulation. It's momentum. When you move your body first thing, before emails, before screens, before the distractions of the day, you're telling your cardiovascular system, wake up. I'm still in charge here. You're telling your joints, you're not going to stiffen today. You're telling your hormones, keep producing. I still need you. That gentle movement increases blood flow throughout your entire system, delivering oxygen and nutrients to your brain, muscles, and organs. It mobilizes your spine, your hips, your knees, all the parts of you that tend to lock up after a long night of stillness. And most importantly, it kickstarts your natural testosterone production, the kind that doesn't come from a bottle or a patch, but from your own physiology, responding to action. Now if you can, get outside. Let your feet hit the ground. Let your eyes see the horizon. Let your skin feel the sun. Even if it's overcast. Even if it's cold. Natural light, especially in the morning, helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which directly affects your sleep, your mood, and your hormone balance. And just 10 minutes of sun exposure, even indirect, can elevate your vitamin D levels, something most older men are deficient in without knowing it. But if getting outside isn't realistic, don't overthink it. Walk in place. Pace through your hallway. Circle your living room. Turn on your favorite song and let your body find its rhythm. The point isn't where you walk, it's that you walk. And this isn't about burning calories or logging steps. It's about claiming your morning before it claims you. It's about reminding your heart, your muscles, your bones, and your brain that they still work because you're giving them a reason to. This 5-minute walk isn't the warm-up to your day. It is the start of your day. A day with movement, with intention, with energy already in motion. And when you do it consistently every morning without debate, something remarkable begins to happen. You begin to feel more mobile, less stiff. Your balance improves. Your breath deepens. Your mind clears. You start to feel like your body is yours again. It's no longer about doing more. It's about doing what matters. With consistency. With care. With presence. So, whether it's to the end of the block and back, or just around the house, make that 5-minute way up walk your non-negotiable. Because now, you've activated your body, your mind, your hormones, and your manhood. But let's talk about what all this really means. What it all adds up to. And why it matters more than ever. Losing your spark, it doesn't always happen overnight. It creeps in quietly in the little things. You stop feeling as sharp. You start doubting yourself in moments where you once moved with confidence. Maybe it's your energy. Maybe it's your drive. Maybe it's the way you look at yourself in the mirror and something just feels off. And what makes it harder is that nobody talks about it. Not really. Because when you're a man, especially a man over 60, you're expected to stay strong, to push through, to pretend everything's fine. But deep down, you feel it. Something's different. and you don't know if you should ignore it, fight it, or just accept it. And because it's hard to put into words, you don't say anything. Not to your partner. Not to your kids. Not even to your doctor. You brush it off as aging. As something that just happens. You tell yourself, maybe this is how it's supposed to go. But let me be honest with you, it's not. And more importantly, it doesn't have to be. That spark you feel slipping away, that's not weakness. That's your body asking for attention. It's your system telling you it still has more to give if you're willing to listen. This isn't about chasing the past. It's not about pretending you're 30 again. And it's not about covering up the years that have shaped you. It's about stepping fully into the man you are now, with strength, with clarity, with intention. You've earned your years. Every line on your face, every ache in your knee, every lesson etched into your memory. But just because you've aged doesn't mean you stop growing. And it doesn't mean you stop owning your health, your power, your identity. That's why these 5 steps matter. They're not big. They're not flashy. But they're powerful. You don't need to overhaul your life. You don't need to reinvent yourself. You just need to start small. 1 step. 1 morning. 1 breath. Try the cold splash. Try the stretch. Try the breath work. Try the fuel. Try the walk. Pick one. Do it tomorrow. Then build from there. Because when you give your body what it needs, even in small, simple ways, it responds. You feel the blood move. The fog lift. The strength return. You feel like you're not broken. You're not done. You're not past your prime. Your body hasn't forgotten how to be strong. It's just been waiting for you to remind it. And your best years? They're not behind you. They're ahead. They're in every moment you choose to show up with purpose. They're in the mornings you take back. The steps you take forward. The decisions you make for yourself, not someday, but today. Because the man you want to be is still there. Still ready. Still possible. He just needs a morning reminder of who he really is. So let's take a moment to bring it all together. Your new morning power-up, your personal roadmap to waking up your strength, your focus, and your manhood, comes down to 5 simple steps. First, that cold splash. A jolt to the nervous system. A signal to your body that it's time to rise, not just physically, but mentally. It sharpens you. It moves your blood. It wakes up every cell that's been drifting through the night. Second, core activation through stretching. Gentle, steady movements that reconnect you to your posture, your strength, and your center. It's not just about flexibility. It's about control, balance, and presence. Third, 1 minute of power breathing. Deep, intentional breath work that shifts your chemistry, clears your mind, and restores calm. It's the fastest way to take the reins back from stress before your day even begins. Fourth, a breakfast that feeds your vitality. Protein and healthy fat, nothing fancy, nothing complicated. Just fuel that supports your hormones, your energy, and your focus. And fifth, a 5-minute walk. Movement. Rhythm. Circulation. It's your first act of momentum. A simple, powerful message to your body: I'm still in motion. I'm not done. That's it. 5 steps. No machines. No prescriptions. No long lists or rigid routines. 5 steps that can change how you carry yourself, not just for one morning, but for every morning that follows. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 steps are you already doing? Or which one will you try tomorrow morning? Maybe you've done some of them before, or maybe this is all new to you. Either way, I want you to head to the comments and let me know. Because this isn't just a video, it's a conversation. And I read every single comment. This space is for you. For men who are ready to take back their mornings. For men who believe it's not too late to feel alive again. And if you found this helpful, if something in this message stirred something in you, consider subscribing to the channel. Here on Thriving After 60, we're not selling perfection. We're living in purpose. We're building strength that makes sense for your stage of life. We're not trying to turn back the clock, we're moving forward with intention. Every week, I bring you strategies, routines, and real-world advice that meets you exactly where you are and helps you take the next step forward. So if you're ready to keep walking this path with me, subscribe. It helps us grow this community, and more importantly, it helps you stay connected to the kind of care, insight, and encouragement you deserve. This is Dr. Claire Ashley, and I want to leave you with this. Vitality isn't something that disappears with age. It doesn't leave you behind. It simply waits for your signal. It waits for you to show up. To decide that your mornings, your energy, your manhood are worth reclaiming. So show up. Stay strong. Stay intentional. And I'll see you in the next video.